morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Minister Wayne Wells. This is Rebirth Christian Fellowship's daily 7 a.m. devotional online. You can find us on Facebook, on YouTube, and on the Rebirth Christian TV channel. We ask that you like, tag, and share these videos. Today is the 18th of August, 2023, and we are studying from the YouVersion app. And this month of August, the devotional title is called Pursue. Today's title for the 18th of August is Return with Honor. And what the author was talking about in this devotional was how they were a team that was to run a race as far as track and field. And they would join together on a regular basis. And some days they would practice hard days where they were pushing their body and their mind past the limits. And when you do that, you're building muscle, you're building stamina, you're building a plan. So when you get into battle, your body won't be so easy to quit. And on some days they had light workouts. It was still training, but it wasn't pushing themselves to the limit. And then on some days they had recovery days, and they would just study the plans and go over strategic ways of running. And if you are a runner, you know that it's more than just how fast you are, how strong you are. It's a mental thing too. It's a mental part to it. So next would come the game day. And on the game day, everybody showed up ready to race, ready to run their best race. They know that they've done all the hard work, and they had the hard training, and they had the strategic plans put in their mind. They went over and they studied each other, and they know each other's shortness and weakness, and they know each other's strengths, and they know who's going to run what race. And this is all a game plan for game day. So during the race, you have to make decisions. If you are a runner or you know anything about running, it's more than just your physical ability. Say, for instance, if you're approaching an opponent and he's in front of you and you run right beside him or right behind him, it causes him, especially somebody that's inexperienced, to look back and want to know if you're trying to pass them. And while they're doing that, they're losing their focus on what they should be focusing on. They're losing strength, and they're using unnecessary energy. And you can wear a person down if you continue to do that. And then when you take the opportunity, because you're using good discernment and making good decisions, you can easily pass that person or burn them out to where they can't run the race that they're supposed to. But believe me, your opponents have studied, they have trained, and they have pushed their bodies as well. So it's a strategy that you use good decision making while you're running, and you push past what's uncomfortable. And when you're at that point where you get an opportunity to get ahead of your opponent, do you drop back because it's uncomfortable, or do you push past that pain that you feel and what you've trained for, and know that when you get in front of them, you're more likely to win the race? So that's the same thing that we have to do in God's army. We have to study and join together and have a strategy to beat the enemy, because sometimes, not like in running track, we don't know that day when the race will be real. So we put all of this stuff in our hearts and in our spirits, and we're building our spirits for that day that when the enemy does attack us. Micah chapter 6, verse 8, it says, in God's army, we must be honorable, we must think honorably, and we must represent a holy God. God requires us to act justly and love mercy and walk humbly. And then when we do those things, we return with honor. So knowing that we've done all that we can do, and then after that, then we're trusting God to bring us through. And Psalms chapter 23, verse 3, it reads, He renews my strength. He guides me along right paths bringing honor to his name. So what Psalms 23 verse 3 is saying is God is going to give us new strength when we're running the race and we're running for him. When he sees that we're getting tired or weary or done all that we can do in our own strength, that's when God shows up for us and renews our strength. And he keeps us on the right path. He keeps us from wandering off trying to do things the way that the world would have us to do them, and keeps us on the path of righteousness. And that way, when we finish the race and we've given all that we can, we stayed within his will, then God will bring honor. That will bring honor to God, and God will be glorified in our lives and in our trials and tribulations. So that's what I got from the devotional. Thank you for joining us today. I recommend that you download the YouVersion app and study on your own. So tomorrow you can show up right here at the same time, 7 o'clock a.m., and you can be a part of the devotional, but you have your own perspective of what it's saying to you, not just the perspective of somebody else. God bless you. Y'all have a great day, and we will see you later. Peace.